We won't have the time of the men to pull in everybody who makes a friendly pass. On the other hand, always remember that you may be dealing with a homicidal maniac. The criminal seems to have a habit of letting the woman light a cigarette for him in her own mouth. Watch for that. Now, Don will give you your definite assignments.
Well, Betty, you're first. You go with Sergeant Lewis. And Ginny, I'm going to tag along after you.
That's a good idea. I like the beach when it isn't so crowded. Let's go.
Hey, what's the big idea?
I'm a police officer. You're under arrest.
Under arrest? What for? I haven't done anything.
What about it, Betty?
Book 'em on 836-3.
You heard the lady. Let's go.
Look, like I told you, I just stopped in for a drink after the show. I tell you, you got me wrong. I'm a happily married man. Look.
That's fine.
I bet your wife's proud of you.
You gotta believe me. I never had any trouble with the police before in all my life. I never been in jail before. Nothing like this ever happened to me before. Oh, a couple of traffic tickets, things like that, but...
Okay, you can go.
Honestly, officer, you gotta believe me. I'm telling you the truth.
You can go.
I know, but you don't understand. Oh. Well, now I can go. You bring me all the way down here and you fingerprint me and you embarrass me and then you tell me I can go home. Well, I got a half a mind to sue the city for false arrest.
You wouldn't really do that.
I wouldn't? Don't kid yourself, bud. I know my rights. You're not gonna push me around, you flat-footed...
You want to be jailed as a public nuisance?
Oh, no, sir. I just...
Have a squad car deliver him to his front door. If he gives you any trouble, make sure his wife finds out why we brought him home.
Thank you, sir.
They weren't all quite so innocent. The next night, they picked up some parole violators carrying guns. They're back where they can't use them now. But it took time to pull every suspect in for printing and mugging, and time was running out. From now on, the girls would have to take greater risks. Let the potential killer show his hand more before they signaled for help.
So that's the whole story. Twice a month he goes away on a business trip.
And leaves you home to twirl your thumbs.
It's not so bad. At least I get to meet a lot of interesting people this way.
I'll bet you do. How about another drink?
What are we wasting our time around here for?
I don't know. Come on, let's go.
Comfortable?
Mm-hmm. I could go to sleep right here.
Why don't you?
How much farther do we have to go?
Not far.
What kind of place is it?
Just a nice little place.
I don't like it. It's too quiet. Let's go back toward town.
What? After all the trouble I've gone to getting here?
Why did you turn in here?
Why not?
Why'd you turn off the lights? What are you going to do?
Nothing? You're gonna walk home from here. Maybe this'll teach you there's still some guys who respect another man's home.
Here's a complete file on those 3 suspects the girls brought in last night.
Anything important?
We turned one of them over to robbery. Prints matched some from a liquor store holdup last week. The other 2 are in the clear. I still think what happened to Virginia last night's a classic. Driving a girl up in the hills just to give her a lecture on morals.
Lieutenant Hamilton. Yeah? When? Right, hold the car. We'll be right down. I just found a blonde in the riverbed, stabbed to death. The handiwork is familiar, all right. Who discovered the body?
A couple of kids playing in the water.
Touch anything?
They didn't hang around long enough to touch anything.
What do you got, Don?
One of McCarthy's men picked this up about 30 feet from the body. It's the only thing they found so far.
What do you think?
What do you think?
I don't know. But we'll find out. Charlie.
Hi, Pete.
What do you got?
Plenty. You'd be surprised what you can find in an old spring.
Keep talking.
It's from the murder weapon, all right. Fresh blood all over it. Signs of older blood, too. This baby's been used before.
Probably 3 times before. What's it from?
Garden shears.
That ties in.
You see this?
Yeah, what is it?
Nitrate of soda. Urea. Ammonium phosphate. Now, these are all basic ingredients of commercial fertilizer. We've analyzed a few surface crystals, and we'll get the complete formula eventually.
Anything else?
Well, we're just getting started. Take a look. Wood fibers from the bark of some small tree or bush. We're still checking.
Nice work, Charlie. You guys delight me.
Well, sometimes we even delight ourselves. Oh, one more thing before you go. This guy must have gotten around quite a bit. We have evidence of 3 different types of soil.
What do you mean, one more thing? Just give me a breakdown on each type.
Right here.
When the breakdown disclosed that the 3 types of soil found in the spring came from different sections of the city, they knew that gardening was not the killer's hobby. It had to be his profession. With that information to go on, the clues began to add up. The first step was to find the exact make of garden shears used as the murder weapon. It meant a rundown of every hardware store, supply house, and distributor of garden tools. It was a lot of legwork, but it had to be done. Somewhere in the city, there was a pair of shears that the spring would fit. In the laboratory, analyzing the components of the fertilizer identified with the murder weapon called for a different routine. Not as much running around, but plenty of midnight oil burning. Eventually, they were able to break down the specimen solution to the exact chemical formula. From there, it was a simple step to determine the brand name.
Little present for you.
So we finally made it. That's an efficient little thing. Where'd you find it?
Trendle Tool Company. Here's a list of their distributors. I didn't know there were this many hardware stores in the world.
What about nurseries?
About 100 of them, Pete.
We'll try a shortcut. There's no guarantee that our man buys his tools and fertilizer at the same place, but we might as well check the places selling both products first.
Morning, Carl.
Hi, Mr. Kent.
Did you find out about that plant we discussed, the orchid plant?
The Catalina? Well, it hasn't come in yet. You said there was no rush.
Oh, but that was some time ago. My wife's birthday is the 10th of this month.
Well, it ought to arrive any day, sir.
I don't want to disappoint Mrs. Kent. Be sure it's planted by then, Carl.
I'll see it is, sir.
By the 10th. Yes, I know it's important. Well, I'm sure it'll be in by then. All right, I'll do what I can. Goodbye.
Who was that?
It was Carl Martin. He's worried about the Cattleya orchid we ordered for him. It's all my fault. I told him it would be in by now.
Well, you better call the express office again.
All right, Dad. That's funny.
What's the matter?
Our honeymoon picture's gone.
Sure you didn't take it home with you?
No, it was right there on top of the safe.
It must be around here somewhere. Here, honey, come on, make your call. I'll help you look for it.
All right.
There never was a good shortcut to a killer. They found that out. 87 places handled both the make of shears and the fertilizer they were after. 20 of them in the valley alone. They checked those first and drew 20 blanks. It was the same routine time and again. Find the outlet, question the manager, cross the place off the list.
Well, I'm terribly sorry,